Hey guys, how's it going? So today I got some wrestling news for you. Apparently, Roman Reigns is the new WWE champion. And my thoughts on that are I am really shocked that this happened. Yeah, I didn't expect that they'd put the belt on him on just a normal show of Raw. I thought that if they were going to put the belt on him, that they would wait until a pay-per-view, but no, they decided to go with it on Raw. And my thoughts on it are I don't think it's the best move, but then again, at this point, what choices do they have? I mean, Seth's out, Brock isn't going to be there that much, John Cena's taking a lighter schedule, Randy Orton's out, Daniel Bryan, he's going to be out for probably ever. You know, who do you have that's actually a believable champion who they actually want to push in a championship way? And it only comes down to Roman Reigns, you know? I don't think that this should be a long-term goal, but I have a feeling it probably will be. But then again, this is WWE. They change their mind like Oklahoma's weather. You know, they think one day they want this, and the next day it's something completely different. So, you know, as far as how long this will last, I have no idea. But I think it was not the best choice, but just because I think Roman still needs time to organically get the fans on his side. And he needs time to build the character as a believable champion and not a forced replica of John Cena that they want us to like. You know, and I don't think that just putting the championship on him is going to change that after trying to let this cool down after the Royal Rumble, you know, after what happened last year when they tried to put the belt on him. You know, I think that, you know, they got the belt on him. They got to do the best they can for him as champion, you know. I think that is still too soon to put the belt on him. I think that they should have kept it on Sheamus and at least made it more bigger than what it is. Because to me, I felt like it was just like, oh yeah, by the way, Sheamus got beat and now he's back to mid-card and now Roman Reigns is champion, you know. That's how I felt about the whole thing. I thought that it was just like, well, you know, Roman Reigns in, Sheamus out, now you're back to mid-card, probably even lower than that. So, yeah, you know, I think that it really wasn't the best choice, but when you look at the whole roster, you really don't got much to put the belt on. You know, there's not exactly a pool of guys that you can really put the belt on that's really championship material that the company's actually wanting to be in the championship direction. I guess you could point to Dean Ambrose, but Dean Ambrose doesn't matter because Roman Reigns is the guy they want. So I hope that they can make this work, you know, but it's WWE. You know, I don't have much confidence that they will. And, you know, that's not me trying to be cynical. It's just looking at their track record as of the past years. They really don't know how to book champions. I mean, the championship belt was passed around so much, you know, in the past years, people just don't care anymore. And, you know, I don't think that this will really help Roman Reigns get over that much more. I don't think it'll hurt him that much more, hopefully, for their sake. But, you know, we'll have to see. You know, I think it's still too soon. I think they should have let the character still build, let the character get some more development time so that he could actually be a star that the fans actually want. Because it can happen. Because when Batista came back and Roman Reigns in the Royal Rumble, the fans were behind him, you know. It's not like the fans don't want Roman Reigns at all and that they've never liked Roman Reigns. There was a point in time when the fans loved Roman Reigns, and it's just how he got injured and then he came back and they tried to rush him back to where he was prior to his injury, and it just didn't work because he was gone for so long, and then he came back and then they were trying to expedite his, you know, his push, and the fans knew that, and they turned on him for it, and it hurt the guy's momentum, you know? So there is a hope of him getting the fans on his side because he is getting the fans on his side, you know, on the house shows. on pay-per-views even. The fans are not booing him as much. He's getting a good reaction. People aren't, crapping on him for, the Superman punch and all that, having the 3 moves of doom. He's actually kind of getting the fans behind him. And, I hope that if they do it right, I hope they can actually make this championship run with Roman mean something. And maybe later down the line, they'll have, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, where either A, Roman Reigns goes over on Brock Lesnar, which I wouldn't do yet, or they have Brock take it from him at the upcoming pay-per-view or in the near future, because Brock is really the only real champion that's believable, that the fans really like, that's in the company right now, that's not injured or really not going to be involved, which I guess is kind of up for debate. But that's my opinion on Roman Reigns. I think that it's too soon. I think they should have given the character a little bit more time, but I understand they're really low on main event material. They wanted Roman to be champion, and they went for it. So, I hope it works out, and that's my thoughts on it. And if you like my thoughts, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.